Everyone, let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. For the Brooklyn Nets, they come into tonight's game after losing to Sacramento. They had a chance there right up to the end. They only lost by 3.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, and I think they just seem to be a page behind, a step slower out there all game.
So the Nets starting 5. Cameron Johnson is out there with O'Neal. Then it's Bridges, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. Now here's Johnson. Bridges kicks to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Here's O'Neal. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Now here's Curry. The pass to James. Shoots. And all around the rim that time before. Dropping in.
Well, I tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous perimeter shooter. I think his ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now, here's Bridges. Back to Dinwiddie.
And on defense, Curry's quickness really pays off. Able to stay all over the shooter.
Doncic passes to Jokic. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Man, is it easy to remain in awe of the greatness of LeBron James. Clark, this is a guy that just doesn't seem to age. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really one of the remarkable runs in the history of sports in my mind, quite honestly, Kevin. On and off the floor. We know he spends a lot of time and money to keep his body in peak shape. He yet is still not showing any real signs of slowing down. We know Father Time is undefeated. But I tell you what, LeBron is giving it a run for its money.
Now O'Neal. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Williamson looking it over. And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career. And for the Nets, it's been a whirlwind last couple years, assembling a super team. And before you knew it, it fell apart. But this franchise has been back from the ashes before, so don't write off that front office just yet.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Trailing by 2. Count that one.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Well, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that three-point line.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson kicks to Dinwiddie. Nets passing it around, and it goes down 2 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's LeBron. The three for Doncic. Here's Jokic. It's tipped. Now Dinwiddie. And that one is good. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
So timeout called here. The first for Los Angeles.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Davis is checked in for Jokic. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Zion Williamson. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for James. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Curry.
When Simmons is driving inside, I'm telling you, he's going to sky up for the flush. Getting to the bucket in no time.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Curry, right side Simmons. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
The interior game of Simmons is rock solid. When he gets a matchup he likes, he knows exactly how to exploit it.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to catch up with Brooklyn's head coach. He's looking forward to this first meeting between these teams. He told his guys, this is a fantastic opportunity to show what we've got and what we're about. But we have to protect the rim at all costs, even if that allows them to get an open shot from time to time. Well, it's an interesting strategy, guys. We'll see if it works.
Okay, David, thanks. Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And looking at Anthony Davis, a huge part of this team.
Sure is. I mean, along with every team he's been on. This is a superstar player. I mean, no question about that. He can headline a roster full of superstars. Not much on the floor that AD can't do.
Here's Claxton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. Hits it from three-point range.
It's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
7-foot shot. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Ballers will retain possession here. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. That one misses. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Simmons passes to Finney-Smith. Hangs. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And they double up Doncic. Curry against Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Curry. Offensive rebound. Davis on the follow.
You know, it's not only his size and strength and athleticism, but Davis's timing is so special. That's why he boards it so well.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Claxton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Bogdanovic. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Showing off his inside game. Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
And here is Thomas. Shoots the 3. And the last second attempt. doesn't fall. And so lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter.
15.
Ballers ahead. They're up by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
All right, fans, let's give some applause for your Los Angeles.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got O'Neal. He's out there with Cameron Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard spot. That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Nets trail by 3. Pass to Bridges. Now, here's O'Neal. Defended by Looney. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown. For the Ballers.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Claxton, no good.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's LeBron. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Claxton. Kicks it out to Johnson. The 3. Drills it from outside.
Cameron Johnson.
Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Looney. Now Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Got a hand on it, and they're able to recover. Second chance shot. That one no good.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
They get it again.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Jokic never lacking in terms of getting his body involved, throwing his body around, using that bulk and power to grab rebound.
Now, here's Bridges. Johnson, wide open. He fires. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. To the paint. Here's Dinwiddie. And he goes in for the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
The pass to Bridges. On the wing, Johnson, covered by LeBron. Over to the left wing. You know, almost every team has some kind of roster turnover in the offseason, so, Greg, this time of year can be about getting familiar with your new teammates.
There's always a feeling out process this early in the schedule. It's about finding your team's identity, figuring out how all the pieces are going to fit.
Now Johnson, after the missed 3 from Stephen Curry, passes it to O'Neal. Here's Claxton. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And he's He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Arguably the most impactful player in modern NBA history, Stephen Curry has changed how the game is played, really making this more of a three-point shooting league.
Davis is checked in for Los Angeles, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Brooklyn making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in.
The Nets, Dorian Finney-Smith.
And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Ballers. Greg Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, Jordy. Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite-level company.
Well, you describe AD's games, and you start running out of superlatives. I mean, when this guy is healthy, he dominates in a different fashion, but in similar ways to Tim Duncan.
And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. You talk about a defensive menace. That's Dorian Finney-Smith. Simmons with it. Bridges inside. Guarded by Curry. Good on that shot. With that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Bridges.
A legitimate threat to burn you from that mid-range. Bridges recognizes when he should take that shot.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 6. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. .119 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Curry. Pass to Thomas. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Thomas gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Left side Davis. Can't hit that one. Simmons with the defensive effort. And the Nets with possession. They trail by 1. Here's Thomas. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Curry against Curry. Outside Curry. Thomas against Davis. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Williamson. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feet. And the Ballers lead by 3.
Powerful move there by Williamson. He's not afraid to throw his weight around in the paint.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Thomas against Curry. From the stripe, Thomas, good.
Cameron Thomas.
Thomas got 5 now.
His mid-range shot is very solid. I mean, for some reason, the defense let him have it.
Doncic outside, shoots over Curry. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Ballers lead. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. And guys, for Los Angeles, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
We have to love the second unit. I mean, the effort they displayed, they're doing much more than giving the starters a break. We're seeing real intensity from them, particularly on the offensive end.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make simple passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that'll...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Brooklyn trailing. Davis is out there with Jokic. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Doncic. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Johnson outside for the lead. And the three ball is good. Johnson's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Nets. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And for the Nets, we've got Bridges. Johnson is out there with O'Neal. And it's Claxton in at the center. And for the Ballers, Anthony Davis is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Curry. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Doncic in at the 2.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find. I tell you what, just add that one to the highlight reel. James is truly one of the greatest slam dunkers of all time.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And that's a thing of beauty. Certain plays, almost no words. You just sit back and appreciate.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Curry outside, and he's good on the 3-ball. And the Ballers lead by 1.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Dinwiddie passes to Bridges. Shoots over Curry. O'Neal, that's a 2-pointer. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. Launches a 3. Here's Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
At almost 7 feet tall now, Jokic can definitely throw it down. And he's happy to remind defenses that he can do so.
Nets trail by 3. Hey, Clark, one stat where Jokic is consistently dominant, of course, is rebound.
Well, he does everything well, but you're right. Season after season, game after game, Kevin, he is eating that glass. He stays near the top of that particular statistic. And he knows games are won and lost on the board. He wants to be able to contribute in that way, but he is a brilliant player, not just a rebound.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Davis. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Stephen Curry. Here's Dinwiddie. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's as high percentage as it gets for him. I mean, the defense really has to be mindful of not giving him that kind of space to operate.
James has a 2-pointer. And he overshot that one, missing. Nets trail by 5. Johnson with it. He's picked up by LeBron. There's O'Neal with the 3. Another shot. Claxton with the bucket. Claxton's got 4 points in the quarter.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second-chance points.
And it's Doncic missing.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. Timeout called the Nets. And we see stars, Clark, that dominate with skill. Others do it more with athleticism. Which would you prefer to build around if you were coaching?
If I had to only pick one, Kevin, I'd like to have both skill and athleticism. But skill is so critically important in any sport, particularly basketball. Guys that can shoot, handle the ball, pass it, and do the fundamental things well. And I think that trumps athleticism over the long haul.
Dinwiddie wide open. Cans it from downtown.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Dinwiddie's got 11.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
Doncic against Thomas. Finney-Smith passes to Dinwiddie. Here's Finney-Smith. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Doncic against Simmons. 2 points. That one goes. He's got 8.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Kicks it out to Johnson. Gilgeous-Alexander against Dinwiddie.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. James comes in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Dinwiddie outside. From deep, Johnson, through the foul, almost hit the three-point bucket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
4th team foul.
That's on LeBron James. This is his first free throw of the game.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line no matter the situation.
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Curry's checked in. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Pulls up on the wing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Ballers lead by 4.
Carving out space with his size. Williamson instantly cashing in on the offensive glass.
Outside Thomas. With 2 seconds left, and Davis sends it back.
Davis's anticipation and timing. So good at the defensive end. This guy is a shot-blocking machine.
48.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Los Angeles on top. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Johnson, also O'Neal out there, and it's Claxton in at the 5. Dinwiddie against Curry. Johnson outside. Now, here is O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
First team foul.
The officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
LeBron James on the wing. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to James. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists tonight. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. 4-point game. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And they get it back. Down low. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And here's Johnson outside. Offensive rebound. Claxton. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
It's Curry outside. Knocks down the three ball.
A nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
And the Ballers making a change here. Doncic is checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said they've played well in certain areas, but the lack of detail to the defensive boards has allowed their opponent too many second-chance opportunities. And that, he said, is the difference in this game. You have to get busy on the glass, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Curry passes to Davis. An easy 2 points on the way. Now it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Inside. Claxton, no good.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Here's Williamson. Gilgeous-Alexander trying to free himself up. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's O'Neal. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feed. O'Neal's got 4 points this quarter.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. From the high post. Rebounded by the Nets. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively. Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Anthony Davis.
You know, honestly, I'm a bit in shock. I mean, he couldn't miss. Just look at this stat line. You've got to really see it to believe it. Complete confidence and all-out effort from him. And, you know, he made sure this was his night in spades.
LeBron against O'Neal.
So physically powerful. A tough task to defend LeBron inside.
And, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Los Angeles.
The way they've been able to consistently get past the defense and to the cup has been most impressive. They've almost made it look pedestrian.
And also the mid-range game has been working as well. They've kept that as a big part of their game plan, and boy, are they being rewarded for it.
And Davis sends it back. LeBron against O'Neal.
2 minutes remaining.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
You know, with each season in the league, AD's become more of a facilitator. Actually, he's much more aware of how to make plays for his teammates.
A step-back shot here. Over to the wing. Claxton the pass to O'Neal. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Hey, there are guys who have played as long as LeBron, okay? But how many have maintained their physical abilities the way he has so late in his career? I think that's a short list.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but Greg, Some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Now here's Curry. Defense right on him. Back to Davis. 6 to shoot. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Brooklyn ball.
Timeout call. The Nets. They trail by 12. 1:02 left here in the fourth quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Los Angeles.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
Now, he was a problem on the glass today, relentlessly crashing the boards and came away with a bushel basket full of rebounds.
To the inside, Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Davis with the bucket.
They maintained focus all night and along the way put on quite a show.
And, you know, everybody in the building knows this is a wrap, a done deal. Put this one in the W column.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn, trailing by 10.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor. Completely under control.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it.
For Ghana, here dance for me, baby pan. Come and give me show.